Greetings guys and gals, this is XIJABERWALKIX bringing you the best in SC gaming, and today we have the ace match between the University of Regina versus CSU. At the bottom left we have osokOp playing for CSU as the green Terran, and at the top right we have Monad playing for University of Regina as the purple Zerg. And this matchup is going to be on Xel'Naga Caverns. So first off we had XIJABERWALKIX winning the first match for CSU, and then osokOp won the second match as well. Then University of Regina took the 2 vs 2 match, as well as took the win over Project Fox to tie the series 2-2. And here we are in the ace. Overlord Scout going obviously in the right direction, as this is only a 2-player map. Supply Depot going out at the ramp position, probably going to go for a block off. And this is really exciting. Monad has not played yet. osokOp has played and did win his match. And so I think this is going to be fairly good matchup between these two players. Looks like O is putting down a barracks at his ramp, probably going to go for a block off. Just as I said, his SCV scout is going to go up to the base of Monad here. His overlord is about halfway to the base. He also went for a 14 pool, opting not to go for that quick 16 hatch. And now that SCV is in the base of Monad's going to see that it was in fact a 14 pool, and it looks like he's going to go quick hatchery. So 14 pool to quick, really quick hatchery. And so I like that play. I like going for the pool and also getting up your expansion. Looks like we have a refinery going down, as well as switching to an orbital command for O. So he's going to go for a more economic play as well to start out with, going for another supply depot. And O is definitely going to see this, gonna know that he is going for that expansion. Extractor being built as well, so probably going to go for speed or a quick layer, building a queen. And pretty even harvester count if we look at the APM. APM for O is 203, and the APM for the Zerg player is 106. That's kind of peculiar, but a lot of that is spam. And Bunker going down right by this hatchery. This could be really over really quickly if he can get a Marine into that bunker. Although there is Zerglings are going to have to take this down. The SCV goes into the bunker, but if he has a Marine, and he does have a Marine, the Marine's coming in here. The Marine's going to be able to deter these Zerglings, and this is a lot of trouble early on for Monad here. That bunker's still doing a lot of damage on that hatchery, is able to deter that other Zergling. So one of the Zerglings is out now. If we look at the production tab, he is building 4 more Zerglings, probably going to have to build a lot more. These SCVs are going to have to go out of the bunker to repair, and here come the Zerglings going in here, attacking the bunker. Their group attacking the bunker. One of the Zerglings goes down. Another Zergling is about to go down. He needs another Marine, though. These SCVs barely get out just in time and start repairing, although I don't know if it's going to... And this bunker looks like it's about ready to go down. One of the SCVs gets picked off, and the bunker does go down. The Marine dies, as well as the other SCV, and this is defended by Monad. Very good defense. He should have pumped out more Marines. If he would have sent those Marines in there, I think that this might have been game actually, or at the least it would have been a very effective attack. Picking up that Xel'Naga watchtower is the Zerg player, and he's going to know exactly when O is moving out. We also have a factory with a tech lab being researched, so I can only imagine that he's going to go for siege tanks. Also getting that command center for a quick expansion. He does know that there's 2 base for the Zerg player, and here come about 7 Zerglings to come in for a little bit of harassment. They're not going to be able to pick off these Marines, though. These Marines are going to be very effective, especially on top of that ramp. These Zerglings are scouting out for another base, and 1 Zergling coming in to just kind of scout things out, see how everything's going. And yes, that's exactly what happens. These Zerglings are going to have to back up because the Marines are just too powerful for these Zerglings to handle. Here come the Marines going in here. The Zerglings back off, able to pick off one of the Zerglings, almost able to pick off 2. Nice micro by O. He is also getting a reactor on one of his barracks, and more or less using his mules and his orbital command energy to the greatest effect, researching siege tech as well as getting a siege tank out. Almost done with that command center. And is also getting a starport, so I think kind of a weird 1-1-1 build against this Zerg player. Those Marines taking that Xel'Naga watchtower, and 2 spine crawlers being built at the front, going to be able to do a very good defense. We also have a Baneling nest, I think because he saw that there's a ton of Marines, probably wants to get Banelings out, do a ton of splash damage. Queen now out at the natural, so he's got 2 queens out, and he's in a very good position. Those Zerglings morphing into Banelings, and they're going to be out in the near future. Looks like Zergling coming into that Xel'Naga watchtower to see exactly what the army composition is, and after that attack, O is ready to move out and attack here. He's going to be able to shell that base from this position with the siege tank, and he is able to pick off a free overlord. Very nice job by him. Sieges up his siege tank. He's just in range of that spine crawler. Nice job there. The Marines are going to go in for another attack, but no, he leaves the siege tank unattended. These banelings could do a ton of damage to these Marines. Here come the banelings. They could do a ton of damage. The Marines are trying to run away. They have almost nowhere to run. A lot of the Marines getting picked off by those Zerglings, and the banelings back off, and only 2 Marines remain. He might be able to pick off this overlord. That could be pretty big, although he's not even close to being supply capped, so it won't matter too much. Only 2 Marines left. Really nice play by Monad with those banelings and Zerglings. Leaving that siege tank unattended, kind of a mistake. He's now going for Spire Tech, also upgrading his Zerg Missile Attack 1. Kind of peculiar. I don't know how much you got of that, but he's upgrading Missile Attack 1, also going for Spire units. But that's really peculiar actually, because he has no Missile Attack units as right now in the... That actually doesn't affect Spire units either. You have to upgrade Spire units at the Spire, so don't know what that's for. Might be for Hydralisks in the near future. And it looks like we see some Vikings coming out, as well as Siege Tank and Marine. So definitely 1-1-1 build. He does have that second base up and running. If we look at the income here, pretty much even those mules are going to definitely help him out in the mineral category, though, and he's going to be able to catch up fairly easily. So pretty much even economy for both players as of now. Those Zerglings going to be attacking that destructible rocks, probably going to go for an expansion at this position here. And now both players just macroing up, and second refinery going down at the natural, another barracks being built, and really they're just being content to sit outside their bases and macro up. Looks like a few group of mutalisks, or a few mutalisks rather, are going around the edge here, probably looking for expansions. Also might do a little bit of harassment. I don't think that he has an engineering base, so I'm not, I doubt he's going to get missile turrets. He doesn't have any missile turrets here, or at his other mineral line to be exact. And here come the coming in, taking out 1 mule, able to take out almost another mule. Probably could have taken it out, a little bit missed micro by the Zerg player, although he's going to go up on this ridge and just do a ton of work on these SCVs. Good SCV pull there, although these mutalisks are going to be able to definitely chase them down. Not getting any SCV kills, actually. Able to kill off another SCV. The Marines are definitely going to be able to deter this mutalisk force, though. Not as good mutalisk micro as the set 4 player. And now more mutalisks joining the fight. If he was a little bit better, a little bit more sneaky, I think he backs out a little bit too fast. He should stay committed for a little bit longer. He could pick off a lot more units, but here he comes for another wave of attack. The Marines are in a pretty good position here to reinforce, although he's not moving those at this second. Able to pick off more, not able to pick off a lot of SCVs, able to pick off a few. Might get that mule. Should have focused down the mule. That would have been a lot more effective than focusing down an SCV. And here comes that Viking ready to attack. This Viking is going to go down very quickly. Here come the Marines, and there's just so much more ability. Good sandwich there by O, though, and he's going to be able to pick off good micro by Monad. Almost was able to pick off a ton and run them in. It has his Marines in a very good position, is doing a very good defense with those Marines. Has a lot of siege tanks, probably could push out then, though he has 2 Hellions as well. And it looks like the Terran player is about to push out. We have weapons 1 for air being researched by the Zerg player, and he's going in for another attack. There is a missile turret up, so he's going to have to destroy that before he can do anything. More Marines coming in the back here, and missile turret at the main as well. So they're going to be able to deter. He also has a missile turret in the base, but really this is just hurting the Terran player. He should push out. He should just keep a few Marines for defense. He's moving his whole army, and those siege tanks and Hellions are going to be able to do nothing versus those mutalisks and a huge force, a ton of Zerglings. Oh man, he's going huge Ling Muta with some banelings in the mix, but this is going to be really hard to defend, and here he comes right in to the force of the Terran player. He also has his third base up and running, and it looks like the Terran's about ready to push out, sees the huge force of Zerglings there, and this is going to be a really big engagement. Here come the banelings with their centrifugal hooks, I believe. is what they're called, and they're just gonna roll right in. They have speed, and engaging on the creep is a very bad idea. Able to pick off all those mules, but here come the zerglings. The zerglings are just so fast. I don't know if he has stim. I actually believe he doesn't have stim. He's going back farther and farther, losing a lot of you. These banelings are just doing so much damage. Here come the siege tanks. The siege tanks are going down, and good micro there by Monad, although unsieging his tanks was a really good move by O as well, and so he's gonna have to come back in here. He's going to be able to destroy all of these banelings. He needs to destroy all these baneling eggs, or else he is totally screwed. And he's, yes, good job of attacking those banelings. Doesn't want any of them to pop prematurely right in his face. That would be really bad. And more zerglings, good surround, more mutalisks coming in. He doesn't have enough marines. These mutalisks are doing a really nice job of killing off these siege tanks. The marines are all that's left. He needs to reinforce with something. These siege tanks are going to have to run because all the marines have died. All those mutalisks are very low on health though, and these siege tanks are definitely going to have to back up here. And here come the mutas in fast pursuit. I think he went a little bit too siege tank heavy. He did see the banelings. Good move on going for siege tanks, but he's definitely not out of it. Definitely still in the game if he builds more marines. If he gets stim would be huge here. That he doesn't have it, it's kind of really disadvantageous for him. Stim would be very, very big, along with some medvacs. And here comes the Zerg player yet again, just making it rain on top of those mules. He's going to have to back up though. Getting hits on these siege tanks, he really shouldn't follow the mutalisks with the siege tanks though. These marines doing a lot of damage. Those mutalisks are very, very damaged, and so the Zerg player has to be very careful not to lose that whole group of mutas to a little bit of marines. And the Zerg player has massed up another group of mutas, is also taking down these destructible rocks, probably going to go for another base, and he's really committing to this Ling muta build here. And it's being quite effective, especially because he went so siege tank heavy that these mutas are just going to do a ton of damage to the siege tanks. Looks like he's going to go for the supply line or the supply depots, and he's going to be able to pick off a lot of these. This force for the Terran player is going to go for a base exchange, it looks like, and this is pretty much all in for him. He's going to lose his entire production here. The factory is going to go down. More supply depots are going to go down. Huge engagement with Zerglings, and here there's a Thor in the mix, Hellions in the mix as well. These Hellions are going to get picked off. There's more mutas though. The mutas need to focus, or the marines need to focus on the mutas. If he has any chance of winning, the mutas come back, and this is probably going to be game. Unfortunately, there's just so many mutas in the air, not enough marine, and GG from O. So that means that the University of Regina has won, and CSU has lost, unfortunately. But really good match. Really good match. Both players played very well, and that's a wrap, guys. Congratulations, University of Regina, and GG. See you guys next match.